Hey, good morning. It's Dr. James. I do hope and pray this message finds you and your loved ones peaceful, thriving, and well. And I'd love for you this morning to just relax into these next couple of minutes. I think this is a really important question that we can all ask ourselves every now and then. And recently I had a birthday, and it seems like every birthday, this question just comes up spiritually, just kind of pops in a few days after my birthday. And this morning it really came in loud and clear. The question is, do you see your life with any unrealized potential? And I always go, yes. Yes, thank God. I've got a lot of unrealized potential. And then the next question is, do you see it as a burden or do you see it as a blessing? Let me just ask you that same question. Do you have unrealized potential, and do you see it as a burden or do you see it as a blessing? I think initially we can easily go, oh gosh, it's a burden. I've got all this stuff I want to do and things I want to experience. And this person, this version of myself just wants to come out and just be present for the rest of my life and continually evolve. So yes, I see the burden of not having fully realized potential. And then right after that, the next breath, I go, thank God I have this unrealized potential. This morning, I wanted to unpack a word with you that I think is beautiful because it really does set a tone for how we can take this feeling of unrealized potential and move it in the direction of sort of lightening the load, taking the burden away, and really truly embracing the blessing of this. There is a Greek word, mediocris, whereas we actually get the word mediocrity from. And it's interesting because mediocris means dwelling in the valley of average. It's like, I hear that and I'm like, oh gosh, please, I don't want to be dwelling in the valley of average. And I think when the Greeks came up with that, they really were saying, well, if you're going to settle for mediocrity, guess what you're going to feel? You're going to feel like you're sitting in this valley where you got unrealized potential, the blessing, and unrealized potential, the burden, and you're sitting down here and you're looking around going, what am I going to do? Well, today, I'm going to share with you 5 beautiful things that will help us to kind of emancipate that self-oppression, lift us out of the valley of average. And this is something I do every single year on my birthday. I really give myself the opportunity to feel the pain, and it's a good pain, the pain of not fully realizing my potential. And then the blessing that Spirit, God, has given me the blessing of waking up this morning. And the first one is good morning, God, versus good God morning. I think when it's good God morning, we say, oh my gosh, the burden of not knowing what I'm all here about to do. What is my version of my life that I want to present to myself, more importantly, present to the universe, present to the world around me. And then we can switch that good God morning to good morning God. And I'll say, oh my gosh, good morning God, game on. And then immediately we have to ask ourselves, what is mine to do today? And how I love to begin each and every morning is by moving my body. I love to say I sweat my prayers. Because when we move our body, all motion creates positive, beautiful, empowering, inspired emotion. We're raising dopamine for confidence, raising serotonin for calm and centered happiness, but a belief in ourselves. Confidere, another beautiful Latin word, which basically means a deep faith in oneself, the ability to move myself to heroic levels. That's what confidence means. What a beautiful etymology. So I say sweat your prayers. Because when you move your body, you create an unfair advantage over your former self. And this unfair advantage means that you move in this direction of possibility. It's neurochemical, it's physiological, it's emotional, and it's deeply spiritual. So I don't call it exercise, I call it sweating my prayers. Number 3, when you move from movement right into meditation and prayer, you are immediately dampening cortisol, that pesky stress hormone, which has its heyday first thing in the morning. And if we get up in the morning and we marinate in that cortisol by not moving our body, by not meditating, by not praying, by not being an activist for our own love, oh my goodness, we stress and we lose the light physiologically, emotionally, and spiritually. It dampens our light. So this is very important to consider. I've got this hormone coming up that if I channel it correctly, being cortisol, it is an energetic quality. But if I sit and I watch the news, or I dwell on emails, or I go right into Facebook or other digital platforms before I've given it up to the universe, it's hormonal disharmony. It just doesn't work for us. Number 4, I often ask myself, what would love do right now? And if I was love, how would it show up right now? Understanding that when I go out in the world, which is number 5, when I've actually answered the question for myself, what does love do? Love serves. Love is courageous. Love is kind. Love is compassionate. Love is vulnerable. Love is not afraid to be seen, being a human, working on oneself. In fact, that's a beautiful quality. It's hope. And hope emancipates everyone, number 5, who lays eyes on you. The beautiful word altruism, which I love because it simply means that when we're in an altruistic space, it means that all this self-care practice is not done so we can, look awesome, not even just feel awesome. It's a beingness of awesome. And when we've done the groundwork, we've pre-gamed in the morning, when we go out in the world, mirror neurons, all the other human beings who have the blessing of laying eyes on you, all they want to do is copy, they want to emulate, they want to follow your lead. So that is the great work. That is how we lift ourselves out of self-oppression. That is how we mindfully and lovingly disrupt mediocrity. Dwelling in the valley of average, the burden or blessing of unrealized potential. Oh my goodness, it's a blessing every single morning to move our life's mission forward, to love in such a way that it lifts everyone who has the blessing of laying eyes on you. So my dear friend, this is your time, right here, right now. Lean in, be everything that you know you came here to be. We need you. Much love and all blessings. Bye for now.